haunted house known as the DJC Collectibles Studio, I'm Midwest professional wrestling legend Gage Octane. And now, here's a guy that is ready for Halloween, Kyle Peterson.
Everyone, Kyle here, back again for the Kyle Peterson Show with episode 31. And as usual, I got my beautiful co-host, Mrs. Peterson, in more ways than one. It is Elvira. Elvira, say hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. How's your head doing?
Haven't had any complaints yet.
There you go. But Angie is here, and it is the special Halloween edition of the Kyle Peterson Show. A couple of days early, as obviously we drop on Tuesdays, Halloween being this year, Friday the 31st. But figure we get into the Halloween spirit here, a little bit of Halloween stories, a little bit of a Halloween theme episode. And Angie just...
lose my wig.
Wig? I thought you were just wearing your normal clothes here today. No, but Angie is here today in full regalia, as am I. Angie looking good.
You got off easy, let me tell you. I can't breathe. I got a pound of makeup on.
Oh, my goodness.
You just zipped up in your onesie.
I just zipped up and I'm free balling under here. I don't got anything going on. So I'm just in my Evil Knievel onesie right here. I'm going to wear this one around. I can stand up. See, I got the full on thing. I just need a helmet here. I got ready to go. Old Evil Knievel. But of course, the greatest daredevil of all time, Evil Knievel. A little bit before my time, just like Elvira, a little bit before your time. But I love the documentaries over the years on Evil Knievel. I love what Evil Knievel represented, and we also love what Elvira represents over here. And that was
just a couple of baddies.
Just a couple of baddies. It was a good outfit. So how is this outfit? Was it a lot of work?
Very tight.
Very tight. Hard to get one that fits just right. And then the wig, of course, on top of it. Not your natural hair. You probably could have done that with your natural hair, though, if you wanted to, couldn't
But
you?
It's nice not have so much hair because it's in a bun right there to give me a little poof.
A little oomph right there.
I feel like I'm crooked.
I got a little oomph just sitting by you right here as well. So
I got my knife, don't mess around.
Got her knife, don't mess around, of course. Looking crazy, looking wild right here. And, it's very convenient. We got a little story to get to here. But before we get to that, Angie, we got to thank the sponsor of the Kyle Peterson Show. Day one sponsor, DJC Collectibles. Shout out to DJC Collectibles. 8 off DJC saves you 8% off your entire order. Got to get a deal. Unboxed a lot of DJC stuff on the channel, my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that as well. But shout out to them for being the sponsors. And if you want to be a sponsor of the Kyle Peterson Show, reach out to Angie at the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. You guys will see that there. But if you want to be a sponsor, reach out. Now, Angie, I told you the highs and lows of sponsorship this week. Remember this story?
It's sad.
So funny about this one here is Monster Energy. I got an email from Monster Energy Drink. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the time is finally happening. Monster is finally on board. I'm always like 10 monsters deep, so it makes sense. A Kyle, I like punching drywall, I like drinking Monster. I like all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, here we go. The time has come. And I got to say, the email looked really, really good. It looked very, hey, we're about it. It showed their mission statement, which is on their website. Even listed one of the VPs of Monster down there for like marketing, which quick Google, LinkedIn search, you can find all this stuff. So I'm like, I can't believe this. This is finally coming true. They're going to sponsor the channel. Monster finally reaching out. So then I'm looking at it and they said, if you're interested, let us know. We'll talk more of the details and stuff. And, I didn't want to be too over anxious. Like, yes, I will. I want to say, yes, I will. Here it is. Here's my details. Get back to me with what's going to go on. So then I waited a day and a half, something like that. I was just sitting by the email staring at it. When's Monster going to email me back?
Didn't do anything else.
And I was really hoping for free Monster in full transparency. That would save me a couple of bucks to get free Monster. But also, I believe in the product. I use the product. Only the white can, though. Only the white can. But I did get the email back, Angie, and that's where my heart just sank. And I said, oh, you gotta be kidding me. It wasn't real. And you can always spot a fake email a mile away. And I feel bad for people that get all excited and all into it. But first email soliciting looked very legit. Kudos to them. It looked real. But then the second one, it's like, yes, we have fully reviewed your channels. You are in line with what we want with our Monster brand. We're prepared to give you $8,000 to $12,000 per video, and a small endorsement in the video. Yeah, $8,000 to $12,000 per video. Immediately, I was like, yeah, that's never going to happen. And I keep reading through it. It's like you have to We will not discuss any of the things further. You have to go to this website and sign this document. And I've,
put your banking information in for your.
I didn't even click the links because you hover over and it kind of shows what it is. But I've been through a million fishing courses at your day job. Of course, you all have these like different classes you have to take about scamming and phishing and all this kind of stuff. And I knew immediately what was going on here. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Of all things, Monster, they're doing this with Monster. And I don't know.
They were really tracking you if they knew that background.
I don't know. I think it was just a coincidence. But as Angie always tells me, no such thing as coincidences, only convergences. That's what she's told me. But just very disappointed in all that. So if you want to be a real sponsor of the Kyle Peterson Show, reach out to me and Angie. We can work that out. But kudos to DJC Collectibles for sponsoring the channel. But Angie, we're at Halloween. You got any big Halloween plans this week? Do we know what we're doing for Halloween quite yet?
I don't think we're doing anything. We're getting ditched by the kids.
No, I thought we were going trick-or-treating with the kids.
Oh, we can. Oh, do you want to put these outfits back on?
That's what I thought we were doing. I thought that was the plan here. You were going to walk around the neighborhood. I was going to. Maybe I'll get a helmet or some cool glasses or something.
Oh, my God.
But Emma, who's 10 years old, has no desire to go trick-or-treating. Elle, who is, 7?
14.
Oh, yeah, 14. She's going trick-or-treating with her friends. However, the same night, there is a football game. So they decided to go trick-or-treating, no football.
Right.
So Emma and Elle are going to go, or Elle's going to go out with her friends, and Emma's going to go along with them. She was invited.
It's cute they invite her.
It was cute they invited her. But Emma doesn't want to dress up. Do we have a costume for Emma?
Not really. She's wearing that, like, chicken hat thing.
Get out of here. We got to think of something. She found, like, we were at the costume store when we were buying stuff, and she picked out, like, a turkey head. It was like a head that goes on top. It looks like a turkey on your head. Like, I'd slam the door shut if you came up at me with that.
But what does she do then? Just dress in all brown or something?
I don't know. We got to think of something better. We got a lot of costumes milling around here, and we're going to get into some story time with Kyle in this very episode where we talk a little bit of costume stuff. But it sounds like
she should be Freddy or something.
She could. We got that. So we're going to talk about that and other things. So
my eyes drive me nuts.
It's giving you the fits, as one may say. The fits. Oh, well.
How'd you do it?
Just take it all off. Just take it all off. I'm a nudist. I'm a nudist for Halloween. You could do that. But Angie, you're on point with the Elvira. I'm sure Cassandra Peterson.
I kind of look like her.
Did you know Cassandra Peterson is her real name?
Like,
and it's an O-N, not an E-N. Mm-hmm. So,
Fun fact, that's my sister's name.
That is true too. Except not the Peterson part.
Well, no.
We're not quite Mormons. But we're auditioning some sister wives. So if you feel like you got what it takes to be a sister wife, reach out. You got to clean. We need somebody to work around the house.
Yeah, we need like a homemaker.
Yeah, a homemaker party. Yeah. Angie's going to work.
I got the other side of it down.
Yeah. And, maybe she has other talents. That's what I got. Yeah, you could.
I'm handy too.
Yeah, very handy. Very handy around the house, that's for sure. But 2 hands are better than one, is what I would say. And
then it would be 4 hands.
4 hands better than one. You'd be into it too. So who are you fooling? You're not fooling anybody. So we're auditioning that. KylePetersonShow@gmail.com. If you got a sister wife, you're up to the task.
I will actually be answering those emails.
Like a young kiss, you'll rise to it. That's what's going to happen. So we'll see what happens there. But I guess that's going to be Halloween. We might be trucking around to house, which I'm here for that because it's a short window. It's a short window when you're a kid, but it's a short window when you have kids. And once a couple more years here, the kids are going to have no interest. I can't believe Elle's on life support at 14 years old. Emma's still 10. She's still got a couple of good years in her. But after that, it's just answering the door and, bugging these kids. So we'll see where that ends up going. But hopefully everybody does have a good Halloween season. I always like the Halloween season. I like the scary movies, and I watch scary movies year round, but it hits harder during the October season. So I like that a whole lot. So
spooky season.
We'll see. And then next year, we'll see what we dress up. Of course, we're marching to 100 episodes, and I guess Halloween will be around next year. We'll still be doing the podcast for Halloween next year. That could be our last one. We'll see what happens, but we'll have to top these outfits, which might not be too hard for me. It could be real hard for you to top it, of course. But we'll see what happens there. But in a plot twist this week, a little bit of news came. A good friend of the channel, Shane, good friend of the podcast, sent this my way. It was an interesting little article that came out from some German scientists. And as we know, Germans, some of the most best scientists ever. I think,
really? Are they?
I think they invented the human centipede once upon a time, if I'm not mistaken. Some of those Nazi guys, a little crazy back in the day. And I don't know if this was Nazis, but there was an article going around, and it did say Angie, which is very fitting for this video here today. You guys should see the seat I have this week here on the channel, but it does say women's breasts may help men live longer. Looking at your wife's chest can act like medicine. Oh my.
You're welcome.
German scientists say. So strange though in this little blurb right here, but it says looking at your wife's. Now it doesn't give the same effect if it's something else. I don't know.
Well, I think they're just trying to keep it clean. Really, if you looked at anybody.
So if you have like a sister wife, you can look at hers too, I guess. Is
or
what you
strangers, I think.
Or strangers. Strangers. I'm willing. We're taking.
They just really can't. What's the word? Like.
I don't know. You'll have to think about it. I'm not really sure.
Like promote. They can't really like promote staring at random people's breasts. I guess it's like.
Yeah, it could get in trouble for that in some circles. You know how that goes. But we're all staring at you, Angie, here today. You got it out ready to go for Halloween. So kudos to you taking one for the team, of course. And you had a couple other ideas for what was the other one? Oh, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
You were torn between the two, Wonder Woman or Elvira. And I was torn between the Ultimate Warrior and Evel Knievel. Very similar state of occurrences there, is what I would say.
Wonder Woman's not busty, though. So, like, the tops were always too
small.
Small, and the skirt...
She could be a sexy Wonder Woman. She could be.
They don't make the outfit that way.
I don't know. But that's it for housekeeping. I don't know if you got anything else about the Halloween season, no. Anything else going on. We're not going to give out Halloween candy this year because we'll be on the move. Nobody at our house. So, we'll see how that ends up going. So there it is. But now, Angie, unfortunately, it is Halloween, which is the spooky season, the dead season. It's a season. That's for sure. But unfortunately, deeper dive this week, we've got to do a little bit of a little tribute. Time for a deeper dive, and this week it's a bit of a somber deeper dive, Angie, as we did lose some rock musicians this week that we were very, very fond of here. We lost two of them this week, and maybe yin and yang for some, maybe two totally different spectrums for others, but we're going to give a little bit of tribute here. And we got to immediately start with Ace. We lost Ace about a week ago. Been in some bad health after a couple of falls, unfortunately, and I was always an Ace fan. I don't know about you. You were more of just a Kiss fan, if anything. But,
yeah.
But for me, Ace was always my guy in Kiss. And Ace, for me, was always like the George Harrison of the Beatles, who was my favorite, of course. He was a lot like Mike Nesmith of the Monkees. It was the guy that wasn't front and stage, not the maybe two leaders like Gene and Paul of Kiss, but it was always the dark horse, to use a George Harrison term for me. And I always enjoyed Ace. Ace's solo album is probably my favorite Kiss album to this day. Ace's solo career I enjoyed a lot more than Kiss's solo career, or years after Kiss for the most part, with Ace out of the band. So it was just really sad. And I'm glad I got to see Ace, I believe, 4 times in concert. I got to see some really fun shows. We were lucky enough for Jeff to invite us along to an appearance for Ace at the Chiller Theater Convention. We got to meet Ace, got our picture taken with Ace. So it was really cool to meet somebody you've looked up for since I was a little kid. And I remember the first ever Kiss album I got was Kiss Alive Part 3, which Ace wasn't even on. So I guess that doesn't really count. But that's where I came into Kiss. And we come into these bands at different ages and different times. So that's Kiss 3 was coming out. And that's where I ended up getting into Kiss. And Kiss at that time was kind of past its point for a lot of people. But I was into Kiss big time. But you know who else was really into Ace for a while?
I do know.
Our daughter, Emma. Emma was a huge Ace fan, which was just wild for me. Being a rock and roll guy, a heavy metal guy, it's tough to get your kids into that aspect of music. Even tougher when you got a little daughter out there who wants to listen to Taylor Swift and things like that. But somehow she got in from a cartoon or whatever into the New York groove. Of course, one of Ace's most popular songs, a cover song, but Ace really made it his own. And I would say most people know that song from Ace. And Emma took a liking to Ace and loved Ace. We'd listen to Ace all the time in the car. There was a good, how long was that window? 3 months, 6 months, a year maybe?
I'd say a year. Probably.
Yeah, a good year where she was about the spaceman around the clock, which was awesome for me. I'm ready to hear that. Nowadays, it's all, we want to hear K-pop, K-pop, K-pop. She still likes Ace, but she's not putting Ace on like she used to. She's not dressing in the makeup like she used to. I remember, she was so excited to open up the Ace figure in full makeup, all that, and then meeting Ace, the whole car trip to Chicago, she's singing Ace and got a picture with it. Ace and her had a nice hug embrace. I wish we got more pictures of that day. We barely got one of them just kind of hugging, and it was just such a quick kind of moment. We were in the moment. You didn't get enough pictures. We should have said, hey, guy, can you take pictures of all this for us?
Yeah.
But how cool was it for Emma to meet Ace? So pretty bummer there for Emma, for all of us. But Emma, one of her favorites, I think this is her first time ever dealing with a favorite passing away. Now, I've faced that millions of times over the last, too many times, and a lot recently, and another one we're going to get into second here. But a really tough time losing Ace. I mean, I'll never say Ace is my absolute favorite. He wasn't Lemmy to me, but Ace was a big part of a lot of stuff, and I always enjoyed his albums, always looked forward to the tours when he'd come through, new albums, things like that. So it was tough to lose anybody, but tough to lose Ace under the circumstances, especially me being a fan, but then Emma being a fan, and then us getting to meet him, so just around all that. And then we just saw Ace, how long ago was that? April, March. It was this year.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was this year. So we went and saw Ace in concert not too long ago. He was in town.
Oh, I thought you meant when we met him.
Oh, no, that was a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. But we just recently saw him in concert. So very happy we went that last final time there. Emma got to see him for the first time in concert. She met him, but that was the first time she actually got to see him in concert. So
she even did the makeup?
She even did the makeup and all that kind of stuff. So somber times. I mean, it's bringing this episode down, but it is a Halloween episode. It is kind of dark, so I guess it does fit. Feel bad for our good friend Jeff, who's a good friend of Ace's, as we know. Him and Ace were very tight. He worked with Ace, did a lot of stuff with Ace. So even harder for Jeff, who that was his guitar idol growing up. That was his guy. So I know how that is with Lemmy passing away, George Harrison passing away, the Ultimate Warrior passing away. I've had a lot of my guys for different aspects of things. It's never easy. It's never easy. You never get over it. You never get over it. So, and especially when it's sudden like that. And Ace was pretty sudden. Yes, he was in his 70s, but my dad tells me all the time, the 70s is like the 20s now is what it's like. Not the years, the decades, but on the body. He feels like he's 20 years old. Maybe not. I feel like I'm 70 years old, but kudos to Ace for everything he did, all the years of music, but really sad to see somebody go like that one. And especially from a fall. It's just wild times. But that wasn't the only person that passed away this week. Another favorite of mine, and one I've known about longer than Ace, actually, because this was my dad's favorite group, and we went to a lot of their concerts when I was a kid. I've seen them many a times in concert. Who are we talking about? Of course, we're talking about John Lodge from the Moody Blues. And you know about John Lodge, right? He said, no, I've never heard of John Lodge. And now most people watching this probably aren't Moody Blues fans, but my dad was a big Moody Blues fan. I'm a big fan of 60s and 70s rock and roll, and the Moody Blues were amazing. Now everybody knows Nights in White Satin and those kind of songs, which not a big one for me, but John Lodge, much like Ace, much like George Harrison, kind of the dark horse of the band, sang a lot of songs. I'm Just a Singer in a Rock and Roll Band was his song. Gemini Dream was his song.
I'm your Gemini Dream.
You are my Gemini Dream. That is true. She's old Gemini there. Cancer and Gemini getting together. Good one. I like what you did there.
His wings getting off the circulation of my brain. I'm like so slow.
Yeah, you were fast. You were fast on that one. But he's saying, "Ride my seesaw, isn't life strange?" So
I love riding your seesaw.
hey now. Maybe later. Wear that. Let's try that out. But John Lodge, a lot of classic Moody songs. Obviously, Justin Hayward gets a lot of the pizzazz. He's the leader of the band. And unfortunately, Justin's the last man standing. Mike Pinders passed away. Graham Edge, your personal favorite. Ray Thomas passed away. So a lot of the guys from the 60s. And unfortunately, I hate to break the news to everybody here, but artists we love from the 60s and 70s and even 80s, they're going to be more and more passing away. It's going to be a rough next 5 to 10 years with a lot of those people. Mm-hmm. Time waits for no one, as they say out there. Even ourselves, Angie, you can't always be 24 forever, Angie. One of these days, you're going to have to age. One of these days. But really tough week with both of those. Ace got a lot of the spotlight, as he should have. A little bit more contemporary artist, made his name. Obviously, Kiss, one of the biggest bands of all time. And I think Kiss, the most gold albums of any American artist. I think they did have that record for a long time.
You
I think
would know that.
Probably sits still, that record there. So tough times with Ace and John Lodge this week. We're going to talk about another fallen artist here later in this video as well. But that is a deeper dive. But now let's try to flip the script. Let's be a little bit more cheery. Angie, it's time to try new foods because it might taste good.
Try a little bit of this and a little bit of that. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. We gotta try new food because they might taste good.
All right, Angie, it's time to try new foods because they might taste good. And this episode of Try New Foods brought to you by the Kyle Peterson Patreon channel because I forgot to plug it at the beginning of this episode. But we do got a giveaway this month. It is October, dangerously close to the end of the month. It is Sting. He's our traditional giveaway. And then for the spooky season, we got the Ultimate Gremlin, We got Frankenberry. Have you ever had Frankenberry?
We discussed this last time. Neither of us had it.
Neither of us had it.
I almost brought it in as a try new food.
Oh, that'd be dangerous. And then Nosferatu. You just got to be a free member. You can sign up for a paid member. Angie obviously appreciates the paid members as well. You can sign up for $2 a month if you want to. Bonus content, bonus videos. Our new chicken wings series where Angie and I go through our chicken wings. We're going to go through the whole Buffalo Wild Wings menu, and Angie leaves no meat on the bone when she eats her chicken wings. It's unbelievable. Slurps it up, Angie. And as I said, Angie, how's your head doing?
Oh my God.
How's your head?
Never had a complaint yet.
Never had a complaint yet. That's true. But Patreon, a lot going on over there. Video exclusives, early access, you name it, it's going down on the Patreon. Appreciate the support from everybody. But Angie, before we get too far into other things, let's try these new foods. And Angie brought us a Norwegian term, I believe. It's called a smorgasbord. Anybody ever heard of a smorgasbord? It's more of a Minnesota, Wisconsin thing, but I hear it from time to time, and we're going to dive into that here today. What do you got for us, Angie?
We had to try candy.
We got a plethora.
Yeah, we got the new nerds that are the gummy clusters.
Angie's got juicy gummy clusters.
They're juicy inside.
Oh, boy.
And then we got a Sour Patch that's an apple harvest.
So these look like a gusher with nerds around it.
It's exactly what it is.
Okay.
And then I found a Fruit by the Foot that's Stranger Things mystery
flavor.
flavor.
Stranger Things right around the corner. Things are going to get strange real soon. But
you want to share one? And oh, no, it doesn't have two ends. I was going to say we could
Oh, this is... Oh, Fruit by the Foot. I was thinking it was a fruit roll-up. See you later. Goodbye. Now we're going to start with this one, but let me see the box. Okay. Let's see the calorie content here. 80 calories, serving size, one roll. See you later. Goodbye. And I'm not going to go too deep into this.
Should we do the competition where you try to eat it? Whoever can get it all in the mouth first.
Oh, well, we know you'll win. You can pile it all in there. I don't know. Angie's mouth's like a clown car. I don't know how everything fits in there. It's amazing. Everything fits. It's crazy. I don't know. It's wild. But I'm not going to take you because I know you'll beat me. But feel free. I'll do the talking. Yeah, show us how it's done.
Oh, God. Cheers.
All right.
All right. Let's do a little.
Oh, it's a mystery flavor, right?
Oh, it's just berry.
Yes.
They should have made it taste weird.
Yeah. Are they all mystery flavor? I guess. They're good, though. Mm-hmm. Fruit by the Foot's nice. I used to love fruit roll-ups when I was a kid, but they were always too hard. Look at Angie. Taking it like a champ. How many inches is that? It's a foot! But as a kid... Yeah, it is. It's Fruit by the Foot, so it's a foot. It's a foot long. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
That's probably a foot, and I just ate half it.
You were always eating it down. That's for sure.
It's like 3 feet.
You're just a woman of many talents. I like to. It's an audio podcast, but if you're not watching the video, you're really missing. You're really missing out here. But Fruit by the Foot was always a great one, and it came. Fruit roll-ups were the ones in the kids' lunches when I was a kid. Everybody loved a fruit roll-up, but those were a little too hard. Those fruit roll-ups. I wish they were a little bit more soft. And you guys used to annoy me because you used to make these ice cream fruit roll-up things.
I forgot about those. Those are good.
What'd you do? Put like sherbet ice cream?
All you do is put ice cream and roll it up, and it makes the what is it? Fruit by the Foot?
Yeah, no,
fruit roll-up.
Fruit roll-up, yeah.
Fruit roll-up set it gets crunchy.
It was a delicious treat you really enjoyed. I know that.
I'm gonna eat that again. That's so good.
Well, there you go. You took that whole foot long like a champ. What do you think about that Fruit by the Foot?
That's good. It's delicious.
I didn't eat all mine, but I got enough to be dangerous enough to rate it there. So out of 5, if you had to rate that one, what would you go on Fruit by the Foot? Now
3.5.
3.5. Okay. Now here, I don't know. Chime in with your thoughts on this one. My thoughts are here. Fruit by the Foot is good. I mean, I don't know anybody that wouldn't like it. It's soft. It's chewy. It's very flavorful. It's very good. This one, I don't like the mystery aspect. I think it should say, here's the mystery options. What do you get or something? So I know what I'm getting myself into. Now, it just tastes like berry, and you could tell me this is just any Fruit by the Foot. So it's didn't feel like anything special. It's got Stranger Things all over it. So it's just all marketing. Marketing 101. But I haven't had a Fruit by the Foot in a long time. And my old game was you'd unroll the whole thing, just put it into a ball, and throw the ball in your mouth. That's how I used to eat that one.
That's a choking hazard for you now.
Yeah, it is for sure. But, you know what it's like to have big balls in your mouth. Of course, I've struggled with it my whole life. It's just not my thing, where Angie can take it like a champ, as we saw here. But it was good. I would eat it, but I hadn't had one of these in a long time. But I was amazed how soft it was and how nice and chewy it was. Very flavorful. But But at the end of the day, not something I eat on a regular basis. More for the kids. And what do you bet the kids are going to finish this whole box of fruit by? But
yeah.
probably later tonight they'll finish the whole box. And there's 18 rolls in here. So I got 16. They're going to divvy it up. And maybe we throw these to the kids on Halloween. Here you go. Maybe.
Yeah.
But 3.5 out of 5. If you put it on the gummy scale here, I'm in the same ballpark. We're going to go 3 on that one there. So not bad, not great. A lot of gimmick to that one. But we're going to go to these Nerds one here. Now, Nerds Juicy Gummy Clusters. Mega crunchy, gummy, and juicy. Strawberry punch, playing all the hits for me. I'm a big strawberry guy. It's probably my favorite. 90 calories per serving, 6 pieces per serving. But these Nerds like clusters are sweeping the nation.
Oh, you like them too.
I love them. And I'm not a big sweets guy, but I enjoy these nerd things, like a good road snack. You throw it in your mouth. You like it. What's your favorite snack on the road, Angie?
I don't know, Snickers.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
I'm a chocolate person.
Oh, yeah, you are. That's for sure. But these look like they'd be pretty good right up my alley. So I think I'm going to like these. But in the plot twist with these is it looks like it's a gusher on the inside with a nerd on the outside.
Juicy.
That
Just
could
like
be
me.
ready to go.
Are these bigger than normal?
Yeah,
They almost look like a little gumdrop.
They do look like a gumdrop. So they do look like something you put on like a gingerbread house or something.
Oh, that's a cute idea.
Great smell on
decorate.
these. These are going to be really good.
These are perfect for Christmas, actually, if you want to decorate a gingerbread or like a little Christmas.
Tangy and crunchy outside, sweet and gummy on the inside. What?
I just don't
I'll go for it.
You were still talking.
These are definitely for me. The rest of them. You got that one. That's all you're getting. Kids, get out of here. You can't have any of
Is
these.
the like texture a little different? Like it has a little more of like a chew to it than the
It is. It's
original ones, but so good.
What-
Strawberry punch is what they are, by
what
the
does
way.
that look like to you?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
It looks like a vagina. Looks just like
It
mine.
really does. It looks just like yours.
Pink and cute.
Tastes like it too.
That's actually excellent marketing. You'd be like, here, you want to eat some vaginas?
I don't taste
Film
the
the vagina.
explosion though, do you? Did you taste that explosion? You're showing it off, right?
If you've never seen one,
Okay.
that's what they look like.
I don't know. I didn't taste the explosion. Do you like things bursting in your mouth like that?
Yeah, it was like a subtle burst. It wasn't like crazy. It was good. I can't have another one?
Yeah, one more. That's all you get. I tell you, these are really good. I just didn't get the explosion. But you go
It
usually.
gets a little wet.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
a little wet on your tongue.
Like a little explosion. But I tell you what, that's delicious. Is this a limited edition or is this here to stay?
Hopefully it's here to stay. It doesn't say limited on the
Well,
packaging.
the rest of these are mine, so you know it's going to be a high score for me. What's the score going to be for you?
I give those a 4. Those are good.
I give this a 4.9.
Oh my god.
Yes.
You really like them.
I really like these, and I'm
But
not
you love
giving
them.
any more to anybody else. And I'm not a sweets guy, but I'm going to take these down to my basement. I'm going to hide them
better
where
hide
nobody
them.
can find them. Where nobody can find them. This is what I look for in a sweet treat, Angie.
I'm going to hide them between my legs.
Oh, here we go. Angie taking it off the rails once again. Look at her. Extra dangerous. Extra. Get a little Elvira in her and, you know, there it goes. But now we're going to try the final one. It's all about the candy here today. We're getting that sugar high. Sour Patch Kids Apple Harvest. And you know what? We actually live next to an apple orchard. You know, I don't know if people know that, but we do. We have an apple orchard pumpkin patch right by our house. So this feels like we're just down on the farm with our gummy bear friends here.
Some of these newer ones, they say they're sour, but they're not actually. So I wonder if it
They're
actually is sour.
Sour than sweet. And it's cranberry apple, apple cider, and caramel apple. Easy for me to say. 120 calories, 9 per serving.
So we got to try one of each.
Ooh.
Bad smell?
Yeah, smell it.
It's because I think all the mixing of the...
It's
Smells
got
a little better now.
strange smell here. And I'm going to pull out some colors here.
Let's get 2 of each. Oh, that's giving a little sugar. Oh my gosh, we can't find a orange one.
There we go. Well, put it back in. Oh, we're losing stuff. We're losing them. These are 3 varieties. Okay.
There, you got your 3 and I got...
All right. Now we're
There you
down
go.
to it. All right, let's try the green one first, which I imagine is caramel apple.
Yes. Not sour at all. I mean,
No.
I wish him.
The key on things like this to me is, do they actually taste like what?
The
Like, could you
problem-
guess what it is?
The problem is that tasted cranberry to me. With like a little like caramel at the end.
Well, maybe it was cranberry. I don't know.
No, it's
Okay.
not. See, but when
Green
they mix
apple.
them together, it's like they get all like messed up.
Yeah, I get a little caramel at the end. You
And
just said
it
that.
kind of has. I feel like I kind of just ate a candle. It's got like a strong
Yeah, not as good. What is this one? What's this red one? Cranberry?
red one. Yeah, cranberry apple. That one's even softer. Is yours softer?
I don't know.
Wait, you just ate the orange or
No,
no?
I did. I taste a hint of cranberry in that.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, like the last one, I would never be able to tell you what that is. If somebody said, what's this taste like?
That one was like really soft compared to the other one.
No, now the
To me,
last one is what?
Apple cider. I think that it's getting really cidery at the end there.
Yeah.
But you almost get a taste like a candle taste in your
And
mouth.
A lot of people think of apple cider tasting like apple juice where it's close, but it definitely does have a distinct taste that's different than apple juice. So whenever I have apple cider, I always expect it to taste like apple juice, but I got the apple cider of the
I did.
most. Out of all three, that one I got the most taste to right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, missed it. Almost got it down. Almost got it down through there.
Are you kidding? They just bounce right off.
Bounce right
I
on.
don't know.
There it
There's
is.
nowhere for it to go.
Nowhere for it to go. But that was okay. I would never buy
Yeah,
these again.
no.
I would never try these again. Nowhere near the winner that the Nerds Juicy Clusters were, that's for sure.
Mm-mm.
What would you give the rating on these ones here, Angie?
Oh, I'm gonna go low. I'm gonna go like 2.
Nah, I was going to go even lower than you. I'm going to take it down
And they're
to
not
1.
bad, but like they all the flavors combined because they're all together, and then there's no sourness to it.
If you're going to get sour, just go OG. Stick with
And I
the
kind
OG.
of want a Sour Patch Kid to be a little more chewy. Like those were a little too soft for me.
Yeah, not good. I'm going 1 out of 5.
But I mean, they don't taste bad. They're just like
They're
not
fine.
it.
It's not worth it. There's
Not
better
worth
things.
the calories.
But I tell you what, these juicy clusters, unbelievable. Now, this is who needs to sponsor the podcast. What company is this? Ferrero Rocher. Oh, Ferrero. They
Ooh,
also
we love Ferrero.
they bought Nestle recently here too. Some of the candies. They got the Butterfingers and stuff like that. So
all your faves.
interesting.
hits.
Quite the Sugar Rush edition here of the Kyle Peterson Show and the Angie Show here. And Elvira's got her sweet tooth, and I got something else sweet for you later. I'll show you all about it, Elvira. But quite the interesting try. So I don't know. You guys give us your opinion if you've tried any of these. But that is try new foods because they might taste good. But Angie, now we segue into a little Halloween stories. It's time for Story Time with Kyle. All right, Elvira, it's time for Story Time with Kyle. And we got some interesting stories here from a young Evel Knievel. And that's really what I was once upon a time. But Angie, we're going to talk a little Halloween here today. More specifically, Halloween costumes through the years. I know you always have a hard time remembering what Halloween costumes you were as a kid. You just blacked out your whole childhood, apparently. But not me. I know all about mine. So, Angie, I'm going to ask you, start thinking about Halloween costumes you've been in your life. Now, we know Elvira for sure. We know you were Elvira one time. And we'll have to figure out the rest from there. Now, I'm going to answer for you. Do you remember the last Halloween costume you had before this?
I went as like a deer one year.
There it is. Good. Your memory's getting there. So we're jogging the memory. So you painted your face like a deer. Maybe you could do that another
I had
one
little
time.
like sticks for antlers.
Yeah, and that was good. We took the kids out, and what were they, like a bee or a pumpkin or?
I can't remember like what aligned that year with that,
Yeah.
but they've been a lot of
Yeah.
cute stuff.
Well, I was also a lot of cute stuff. Now, I believe the first Halloween costume I ever was Oscar the Grouch. Now, I hated Sesame Street, so this was forced upon me. But I was at that age where you couldn't really talk or communicate. You know, you weren't.
forced
You were forced to wear the Oscar the Grouch costume. But then much later, I was one of those Ben Cooper kids, and I still can't find the picture. I got to find it somewhere. But I was one of those Ben Cooper costumes where it's kind of the jumpsuit like I'm wearing here with the plastic mask. And I was Stripe from Gremlins. So very nostalgic for me to get that action figure to go around with my childhood costume. So I loved that one a whole lot. I think I was Dracula one year. You know, homemade Dracula. You paint the face white. You draw some fangs. That whole thing. So I was that. But then around kindergarten, first grade, I did get this amazing pirate mask. Now, costumes I've always been either cheap or super expensive. I was dangling into that expensive territory. So I had to be that a couple of years. But I was fine with it because I loved an eye patch since I was a little kid. Always loved an eye patch. And one of these days we'll tell a story time with Kyle where I almost lost an eye. There was a little kid. I was watching G.I. Joe and decided to jump through a window. Why wouldn't you do that? it worked for Alpine. Why wouldn't it work for me? But I came dangerously close to losing my eye, and I got the big scar right here in my eyebrow. And some people noticed it. Angie, that was her first thing she noticed about
What was that pirate show I used to like? And you had that.
Jake and the Neverland
Yes,
Pirates?
you had that eye patch, and you would wear it around.
I did. I've always said, man, an eye patch is just the coolest look. Now, I don't think I want to get rid of one of my eyeballs, but maybe I do, and I would rock the eye patch. I wouldn't get that fake eye or anything like that. I'd go straight up eye patch, and I'd put cool designs on it.
It would happen to you because you have like big eyes. Mine are deep set.
I'm big eyes. You know, Cheap Trick wrote a song about me once time. They said big eyes. I think Steel
Mine are
Panther.
protected by my skull.
Yeah, and Steel Panther wrote a lot of songs about you. I don't know. We'll listen to those later. But I was a pirate for a couple of years. I remember I had a plastic hook I'd wear over my hand. And, I was just living the pirate dream. Had a handkerchief, all kinds of pirate hat, living the dream. But then Angie came the time where the rubber hit the road and everybody was wanting to be Freddy Krueger. Now there was some god awful cheap Freddy Krueger masks back in the day. And they were god-awful, just terrible. I was like, and everybody had them. I was like, I don't want to be like that. But there was a place called the Theatrical Shop where I was. And we went there not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Emma got her turkey hat. And I remember that place being massive when I was a kid. And now it's pretty small. So it's funny, when you're a kid, you imagine something so big. But they had an amazing Freddy Krueger mask that was like just absolutely amazing. And it went over the head and you folded it inside. It was about as realistic as it got for a Freddy Krueger mask. So it was probably like $40 back in the 90s or whatever, 1990, let's say, 89 maybe even. And I had to have it. And I remember just begging my dad, I need it. And of course, I did get the cheap over sweatshirt, the Freddy sweatshirt. You had to have the iconic glove along there. And then you had Freddy's hat. I had all that stuff. But it was key to get the mask. This mask was the one I needed. I knew it would be a showstopper. It would be a showstopper on the old playground and at school. And Angie, I begged, Dad, please. And, I don't know if you notice about me, Angie, but when I want something bad enough, I never take no for an answer. I keep going. And I keep saying, come on, what about now? And I'm sure I was even more annoying as a little kid. And I wish my dad was here to tell the story. Angie, there's rumors of you being on vacation from the podcast again at the very end of the year. So maybe I can get my dad to do a special holiday episode with me. We'll see. He could be the co-host. I don't know if he'll fit in frame, but we'll figure it out. But he did finally give in, and he said, okay, Kyle, I'm getting this Freddy Krueger mask for you, but this is your last Halloween costume you will ever have. You will wear this for the rest of your life. And I said, deal, as fast as I could. Now, I was a couple of years down the line wanting to change to something else, but I knew the deal. And a deal's a deal at the end of the day, and I knew I couldn't change my ways. But I was Freddy Krueger, and it was amazing. And I remember just strutting into school, and I was doing the old Vince McMahon walk through the classrooms. And it was like the day the Ultimate Warrior beat Hulk Hogan, the day after that Monday. I told you. It was a lot like that. I was strutting and strolling, rocking and rolling. I didn't know how much because everybody had their poor man Freddy Krueger outfits, the $10 ones you got from Walmart or Target, the real cheap stuff. And Kyle came in, people thinking I'm in full prosthetic makeup. They're like, Kyle sat for 4 hours in the chair getting this makeup on. That's how good that costume was. I should have brought it. Maybe next year I'll be that for Halloween. Mm-hmm. I still have that costume to this day. And Emma used to be scared to death of it. And Elle would scare her in it. So it was a lot of fun times, of course.
Do we still have the hat?
I don't think we have the hat,
but we have everything else.
And I got the shirt and the glove, and I got that all. And I've saved it to this day. My dad will say, that $40, here we are 30 years later. That worked out okay. But I remember everybody like, wow, have you guys seen, that was the talk on school. Have you seen Kyle's? Have you seen Kyle's Freddy Krueger mask? But then the joke was on me like the next 3 years. And I don't think they do this anymore for Halloween, Angie. Feel free to chime in, but I don't think they let the kids wear stuff to school anymore. We used to be able to wear our costume to school. We'd have a little trick-or-treat where we'd trade. Nowadays, we can't have candy. You can't have chocolate. And they're like, give pencils. Nobody wants pencils. Get out of here.
Those are the worst.
Get out of here. And they don't do anything like that. And our kids' elementary used to have like Friday night of Halloween week. There would be like, they'd open the gym for an hour and all the kids could dress in their costume if they wanted to go. They don't do that anymore, I guess.
I guess after COVID, maybe we don't do it anymore. Know. But remember, we took the kids one time to the school for a thing.
And Emma used to be Chucky all the time too. That was amazing. And longtime viewers of the channel know Emma as her Chucky. But we used to do that. So there's no real trick or treat stuff for the kids anymore, which is just ridiculous if you ask me. But when I was a kid, Angie, we used to have to dress up that day because around the corner from my elementary school was a nursing home. And we got to go see the old people. And they would make all the kids, from kindergarten to 6th grade. That was my elementary school. And it was like, okay, kindergartners go from 9 to 9:30, first grade 9:30 to 10. And, we'd walk. We'd everybody get in line. You do the whole line thing. We'd all be in there. And we'd go parade through on these old people. And we'd show them the costumes. And I'm sure if I was stuck in a nursing home, especially this nursing home, this isn't a fancy nursing home like my grandpa's in, where he's basically in his own apartment, living the life. It's like a college dorm where he pushes a button and they give him anything he wants. He's in the ritzy thing. We could all be so lucky to be in one of those
they give him haircuts and stuff.
Yeah, they come and give a haircut. They pick up his laundry, his meals. He pushes a button and they come deliver the meals. And if he needs anything, they can come get him, or they just leave him alone. So he's living the dream in retirement. But shout out to him for sure. But this nursing home was imagine an 80s nursing home. Like, there's bugs on the wall and it's just decrepit paint. It was a terrible place. And I hated going through that thing too. Like, I liked old people as far as my grandparents. They were the best. My great-grandparents, they were the best too. But unknown old people, stranger danger. You'd be walking through there, we'd waltz in.
And they always want to touch you.
They do. And that's what I was getting to. Well, why do these old people want to touch you all the time? Oh, come here. And they're just like, they're just touching me all the time. They're just grabbing things. And it's like, whoa, stranger danger. And this was a terrible time in the neighborhood, too, because there was the paperboy kidnappings around this time, so there was a lot of stranger danger.
Putting the candy straight in your pocket.
Oh, yeah. Not that any of the people that were supposed to be watching over me ever cared about these kidnappers. I feel like they were parading us out there all the time, ready for kidnappers at a moment's notice.
Conspiracy theory.
Oh, don't get me started on the kidnappings. We'll talk those. We'll have a long depth in video on the kidnappings when I was a kid in my neighborhood.
God.
We lost a lot of good men in those kidnappings. Too soon, maybe, but we never saw them again. So dead probably.
God.
So I was one of the ones that didn't get kidnapped, which answers the other question. Was I not good enough for the kidnappers? That's what I don't understand. And then why was Dad letting me go around? Why was I parading around the neighborhood out all the time? Just asking. It was like a worm on a fishing hook in the sea.
He knew you'd outsmart him.
I don't know. I did watch a lot of Dukes of Hazzard and A-Team when I was a kid, and a lot of G.I. Joe, so I probably knew my way out of any sticky situation. But you'd go through, and you brought it up, these old people would always try to touch you, and I hated it. They'd always touch you. They'd always be grabbing on you, and it was the guys and the gals. And I don't know if they're losing their mind. I don't know what was going on, but they'd be grabbing your shoulder. They'd grab you on the back, and all of a sudden, they'd pull on your mask. Hands off this mask. It costs $40, old lady. It was just weird. I hated it. I remember always kind of scooting off, trying to get away from them or bunch up with my friends. But you could never escape the touch of these old people. And they'd be there and they smelled. You know how the old people smell. They get that every once in a while. You said I had old people smell that one day, didn't you? We were sitting on the couch or something. You said you smell like an old person. And I knew exactly what you meant. And I was horrified by that. Because I don't smell old. I'm not old enough to smell like an old person.
Oh, my God.
But, they give you candy and stuff. And it was terrible. Because here's what I imagine went down at the nursing home. They'd tell the nurses, like, oh, tomorrow's the cavalcade, the parade of kids. The children are going to get waltzed in here like packages of meat. And you can ogle them and touch them if you want to, but make sure you get some candy. And you know what kind of candy they always had? Nothing good. Nothing good. It was always suck. We're giving more Norwegian words up here. That's the sucking candy. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Oh, and you know all about it. You love sucking on stuff. Like you always have a sucking
butterscotch and cinnamon discs or whatever.
I know what you're up to.
Peppermint discs.
Yep, but so that's what they always give. What are those? The peppermint ones with the red and the white and the little things. They would always be those ones. And then you get the Werther's original type thing, but they were knockoff Werther's. And then you'd get the ones that looked like a Lifesaver, but they were like, there was no hole in the middle, and they were wrapped up in the clear. It was always the clear candy, the junk you didn't want. And it reminds you when you're going trick-or-treating, when you get that stuff from old people stuff as well.
The little strawberry one.
Gosh, I remember, getting off on a tangent here, Angie, and I'll let you have your piece here in a second. But I remember go to the neighborhood, and I was a kid that sprinted between houses. I wanted to maximize my minutes, get as much ground as I could, fill up multiple bags. Back in the 80s and 90s, there was a lot more people with their lights on, too. Everybody had their lights on. Mm-hmm. But there was nothing worse than some random old lady would have her light on, like she's ready for Halloween, and then not realize it's Halloween. So you go to the door, and you're waiting forever. You're like, what's up? The light's on here. Do we go? And we're looking here. It's like, we got to get moving. We're looking at our Casio watches. We got to get moving. I think I had a Bart Simpson watch from Burger King back then.
I think we still have that.
Yeah, we still have that. Doesn't work anymore. But I was on the move. I'm like, I got to go. And then finally the old lady comes, and I'm like, oh, no, here we go. And she's like, what is going on? Oh, my God, Halloween? Well, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. hold right there. Let me go find something. And that's where old Kyle would love to tell young Kyle. If I could go back in time and tell young Kyle anything, Kyle, just move along. Yeah. Keep moving. Go to the next house.
You're getting us sick of that.
This lady, forget it. Forget it on
You're
this
getting
lady.
a saltine cracker.
You know what I ended up getting? And I remember this one clear as day. And next time we drive by, I'm going to show you that house. She's got to be long dead. I mean, she was ready to die back in the late 80s.
God.
But she came with some Fig Newtons and threw some Fig Newtons in there. Just raw Fig Newtons. Just raw Fig Newtons out of the package, which I love a good Fig Newton. My great-grandma and I shared many a Fig Newton at her kitchen table when I was a little kid. And she would say, Kyle, if you go out and get the paper for me, you get a quarter. And I would be out that door so fast to get that quarter. But she throws these Fig Newtons, like 2 Fig Newtons in there, just bare-handing them. Where those hands been? I have no idea. I'll never forget that. And then you get the guy that's like a dentist. I'm going to give you the toothpaste. And it's like, joke's on you, man. Psh, spray that toothpaste in their face. Stuff like that. But these old people, obviously these people in the nursing homes, and even today in nursing homes, most of them don't have money. Most of them didn't plan for this. And let me tell you, the retirement home is very expensive. If you knew what my grandpa paid a month, it would blow your mind. I mean, it's like triple our mortgage a month. But at the end of the day, too, how many years do you got? So you got all that care. You got everything push button.
Right.
You're basically living the sweet life of Zach and Cody, just at an older age. It's like you're living in the suites and you can order room service.
With
nurses at
hand.
a moment's call. I mean, it's crazy time. We're going to his birthday party here in a couple of weeks. Hey, he'd be a great guest on the podcast. He would light this thing up, is what he would do. He'd tell you about his baseball day. We get all done. But yeah, shout out to Grandpa Peterson. Shout out to Grandpa Peterson. But yeah, you get all this stuff from these old people. And then they would make you like walk the whole thing by all the rooms. And then you get to like the ballroom at the nursing home. And they'd all be sitting there, wheelchairs as far as the eyes could see, walking canes and stuff. And they would make us line up and just stand there. And then they just, like, these people just drink us in. We'd stand there. We wouldn't do a play. We wouldn't do it. And, you know, now that I think of it, I think we had to sing songs. Like, I remember this music class, Mrs. Sullins. I think she's dead, too, as well. But she would make us sing these songs all the time. And I was the master. We should ask my dad about this. If he'd ever come on the podcast, we would do, like, concerts at school. I'm all over the place with this. I'm getting a lot of elementary flooding back here. But we'd have to sing songs. And I would just stand there. I just do that the whole time. My dad's just like, are you kidding me? He's not even singing. He's not singing. I wasn't singing.
I loved singing.
I bet you did. Singing. You're like a songbird. You're my songbird. But we had to sing songs, and that's all coming back to me. We'd stupid skeleton songs, and we'd do these little moves. Skeleton. Oh, and these old people, they ate it up. These old people ate it up like Kiss in the 70s. It was like their Kiss Alive is what this one was. But we would have to do that. Then we'd have to march back out of the school, and it was like 2 blocks down the street, so it wasn't that long a walk or whatever. But then you'd always pass the next class coming, and you just like, oh, you guys aren't ready for this. You guys aren't ready. These old people, they're touching you. They got terrible candy. They're making us sing and dance. Just an absolute terrible thing. But I was never anything besides Freddy Krueger. That was the end of my road here. Maybe next year I'll tell some more great Halloween stories along the way. But Angie, now it's your moment to shine. I hope you've been thinking this whole time, trying to remember. But Angie can't remember any Halloween costumes in her life. Nothing?
I have no childhood memories, really.
Nothing.
Only bad ones.
Only bad childhood memories.
But I know my mom was very crafty. I feel like she made us stuff. So we were probably very basic things like a ghost or a witch.
Something basic?
Yep. Oh, actually, wouldn't have been a witch. They were too religious for that.
You were wanting to get out of that house all the time is what you were. Angie was trying to get out of there as fast as she could. There was just too much religion there for you, huh? Just too much religion. That's the way it goes.
Too much shenanigans.
There's too much shenanigans. But you can't remember anything. You can't remember any kind of moments, any sing-alongs, any old people groping you. You can't remember anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Well, lucky for you, I shared enough for both of us. Lucky for you.
Thank God.
I've got it all up here. It's all up there. I got all kinds of stories. So there it is. That is story time with Kyle, and not really much of a story from Angie, unfortunately. But Angie, hopefully you'll chime in more on this one. It's time for Rate It or Hate It. All right, Elvira, it's time for Rate It or Hate It as we dive in. And on a 5 scale, we're always doing 5 scales around here. We're going to rate it or hate it. And I finally got around to, and Angie was nice enough to join me on the couch downstairs. We kicked off Todd McFarlane and Mark Summers, said, boys, we need this tonight. But we did end up watching on Paramount Plus. It is the brand new Ozzy Osbourne documentary. quite the tearjerker. Did you cry?
I cried a bunch.
Angie let out quite a few tears on that one there. Now, if you're not familiar, everybody should be familiar with Ozzy Osbourne, especially if you're watching this podcast or listening to the podcast. Ozzy, they did a documentary the last few years of his life, doing the Birmingham performance, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then the final Black Sabbath show, the whole celebration for Black Sabbath and Ozzy in July of this year. They followed the whole kit and caboodle of that. Now, it was crazy because I remember where the movie started, the documentary was about 2 hours, so pretty long one. But it started off with Ozzy and canceling a bunch of concerts. And once again, I had concert tickets for those. And I've said it before, I never got to see Ozzy solo. I got to see him with Black Sabbath on 2 different occasions. But every time I was ever able to go to Ozzy, he had canceled my show for sickness, weather, many reasons. I was just never destined to see Ozzy in concert, which really sucked. But I am very thankful I got to see Black Sabbath. And gun to my head, I'm glad I saw Black Sabbath over Ozzy if I had to choose the two. I love Ozzy, but Sabbath, man, that's where it all started in a lot of ways. But they did start with that, and Ozzy with his physical problems. He's had health problems for a long time, Parkinson's. And then one of the big revelations in this documentary was the botched surgery he had on his neck, which really put a lot of decline on him. But it was Ozzy trying to get back at it. And it opened up at the beginning, too, talking about how he was a big fan of Ronnie James Dio, which those two feuded for years is what we all believed. They didn't really know each other, so I thought that was a really interesting type thing. But it was basically sharing the kids and Ozzy with interviews. It really felt like the Osbourne show on MTV back in the day, without all the comedy and stuff, but you got a little bit of feeling of that. You got them around their house. You saw their dogs running around. You saw Ozzy shooting guns in the backyard. So there was a lot of that kind of stuff, but it was a lot of, month by month of Ozzy and honestly his decline, unfortunately, before he passed away. But some of the stuff, you looked at Ozzy and you saw him in some of this, like, I can't believe he could get off the couch, let alone go sing. So it was quite the roller coaster, especially of a legend where me, back to elementary school, fell in love with Ozzy. I'll never forget getting No More Tears Once Upon a Time, getting Speak of the Devil, the first time I ever heard of Ozzy Osbourne, just buying it on the album cover. And to be honest with you, I always have that right here by the desk, right there, ready to go. Speak of the Devil, Ozzy Osbourne. I'll never forget it. I bought Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, and Paranoid on a 2-for-1 cassette. And then this was staring me in the eye at the same record store. And I was like, I don't know what this is, but I have to have it. Little did I know was Ozzy was the singer of Black Sabbath, and this was Ozzy. So it was a weird coincidence.
I can't believe your parents let you buy that.
Oh, I don't think they were there.
Oh, okay, good.
I used to, once again, like 8 years old, you'd go to the mall, sure, have fun. Like, I can't imagine. But anyways.
That would have been in a burn pile at my church growing up.
Probably, not mine, not the Church of Kyle, but I saw this and I was immediately transfixed. And gun to my head, this could be my favorite album cover of all time because it immediately transports me back to seeing this for the first time ever. And like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this sounds like, but I have to have this in my collection. There's something about a long-haired guy with tattoos and jelly in his mouth that just, gets me going. But
some jam.
Yeah, amazing. But it was just quite the descent. And then some of the stuff here, and I'd seen the clip before. I don't know how it got out before, but that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame one, apparently, I was really mad about that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame group. They're like, oh, this is the greatest group ever. We got Maynard, we got Jelly Roll. I'm like, get out of here. I don't want any of those people singing Ozzy, but they did. But it was amazing when, I guess, Jelly Roll was late or didn't show up to rehearsal. So Ozzy did the vocals, like, obviously strained, but man, that was a touching moment. It almost made me cry. Just amazing to see that one. And then Ozzy, just really, I'm going to do this Birmingham concert. That was the one where Tony came out. It was like a soccer stadium in Birmingham. They did, I think, one song. And Ozzy didn't want to do it. And then the last minute says, you know what, I'm going to do it. And he did it. It was amazing. I think there was some vocal nonsense going on with that, but just for him to get up there and go through that was amazing. And then the bang and crescendo of it all basically was the final concert there where Ozzy got up and really gave the performance of a lifetime. Obviously, he sat down the whole thing, but none of us thought, if you were in the circles and watching this stuff and like following heavy metal and following the story, that Ozzy could pull off 2 sets, a set with solo, a set with Sabbath. I would have never guessed he could do that.
But they didn't show that in that, right?
They didn't show the concert, but they showed the clips or whatever of him going out there. But But to see him do 2 sets like that, I never guessed in a million years he could have done that. It really is one of those things. I've said it before, I think, on here or on my YouTube channel, where I met Hulk Hogan. And I saw Hulk Hogan before. He pulled up in his little car, and there was no fans on that side, but you could see the Hulkster from where I was standing. And it was like, I couldn't believe he could get out of that car. He was such in bad shape, and he's holding on to people for support. But then you saw him come around the building where the fans were. He immediately stopped holding everybody, and it was like Hulkster 101, what's going on, brother? And it was just wild that these guys can come alive when the camera comes off. Much like myself, I'm just a depressed hump of clay. But the minute that camera comes on, it goes on.
I'm like the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I don't stop talking in real life, and then I get on here and I don't have anything to say.
There you go.
Oh, well.
But yeah, the final show for Ozzy was amazing. And yeah, maybe that'll probably be on the streamers eventually. I think there's going to be a DVD release, some more of that. So we'll see when that comes. But it was quite the story there. Angie, any takeaways from you with that one? Anything besides what I said?
It was good to see, not good to see, but how much he was struggling. I think a lot of people have given him a hard time about all the stuff he's canceled. Mm-hmm. But to see his hardships and how much pain he was in, It was so sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah,
and how much he wanted to do it, especially at where he couldn't perform, and that was killing him that he couldn't do that. It was so sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that Ozzy was going to retire in 1992 as well. That's the No More Tours tour. I couldn't believe that. And,
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah, I was just a little kid. I'm like, oh, how could he retire? And he was 38 years old back then too, which is wild.
No More Tours.
But he did come back around. We did get a lot of Ozzy concerts. I might not have got to see any, but at least I got to see Sabbath. But if you're into heavy metal, you're into Ozzy, which Angie dabbles in both of those, just like the occult. She dabbles in all of it. She dabbles in all of it. And you dabble on a lot of stuff. Both sides of the menu, some may say. But you dabble. You're a serial dabbler. But Angie enjoyed the documentary. So if Angie enjoys it, I'm sure somebody else will as well. And Angie just said, I just don't got any more tears in me. And no more tears.
I got to go to bed.
So I got to go to bed. You had a headache. You had a headache and everything. So it was quite the show. Quite the show. Definitely worth checking out if you have not seen it already on Paramount Plus. Angie, what are you going to rate it out of 5?
I'm going to give it a 4.
I'm giving it a 5 out of 5.
Oh, that's cute.
5 out of 5 for Ozzy. It's definitely worth a watch.
Good. It was really
definitely worth a watch. Yeah. So there it is. That's Rated or Hated.
Gosh, you gave a 4.9 and a 5 in this episode.
It's a high episode here.
Coming in hot.
It's coming in extra hot. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Uh-oh, she's got her dagger. I got one too. I'll show you later. But there it is. Now it's time to turn our attention to Figure of the Week. All right, Elvira, it's time for a quick Figure of the Week here, part of the podcast. And this week, we're going a special Halloween theme one here. Angie, what do I like more than Elvira?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Well, I like a lot of stuff, including werewolves. And we got a werewolf from NECA this year. It is The Howling. Now, Angie, you ever seen the movie The Howling?
Mm-mm.
No, I didn't think you had. And The Howling is one, I remember seeing Howling 2. That is my all-time favorite Howling movie. A lot of people hate that movie. I absolutely love Howling 2. If you've never seen Howling 2, oh, baby, chef's kiss. But Howling 1, this is what this is based off. Quite the movie, though. It's werewolves in a small town. And spoiler alert, I guess. It's been 40 years since the movie came out. But the whole village, the whole town was a town of werewolves. So this guy comes in there, and he doesn't realize that till the end when everybody's like, oh, my gosh, they're all werewolves. And that's what's going on here. But I don't know if this is the most classic werewolf of all time. And it could be, to me, it might be American Werewolf in London. It could be Larry Talbot.
Teen Wolf for me.
I've never seen Teen Wolf.
Oh, you've never seen
But I'm aware of it, of course. But The Howling, this is a pretty good stereotypical werewolf for the most part. I mean, you see this, you know this is a werewolf. And I really do enjoy this figure a lot. This did come out this year. I'm not sure if it'll be a top 10er for NECA this year, but it could be pretty close. I did buy multiples of these because the different heads on here, I'm always here for a werewolf army. And Angie, how's your head?
God, stop with that. His fingers and toes look very fragile, though.
I know. That's why he's got
It's a good thing you have a couple backups.
Yeah, that's why he's got to stand right there and gets him right in the crotch here. Right in the crotch there. But Angie's head's doing good. Your head game's pretty good?
Never gotten a complaint yet.
She's never got a complaint yet. But just like this Howling one, my only complaint with the Howling figure here is the skinny legs, and he does fall over, and you got to have this stand. Without the stand, he's just destined to fall off your shelf and probably break. So be careful. But for the spooky season, the Halloween season, the season of werewolves and Elviras, can't get much better than this. This could be the werewolf figure of the year, if you ask me. There's been a few werewolf figures, though, more than you would think. But really do like this one. A classic movie that I haven't watched in a long time. This makes me maybe want to go back and watch this movie again. And maybe you'll join me, maybe you won't. We'll see what happens there. But there it is, the Howling NECA Ultimate, available right now. Pick it up if you have not already. But Angie, it's time. The time has finally come to put a cap on this Halloween episode. It's time for a few final thoughts. All right, Angie, it's time to put a cap on this Halloween episode. Did you have fun here today?
Sure.
Sure. Did you like dressing up in this costume? What's the most annoying thing about this costume?
Extremely tight. My outfit is so tight.
Is it so tight? You're going to bust a seam?
I'm
going to bust a seam, but I'm going to bust a move, maybe. That's maybe not all, but I know the wig is pretty wild, that's for sure. But we'll save it. We'll save this outfit. You never know when it might come back out. You might put it on every once in a while. You never know what you might be up to. I
just come home from a business trip, I'm wearing it.
There you go. And I'm just going to wear this to work tomorrow, so it's no big deal. I've always wanted to be Evel Knievel. A little short in the sleeves, though. I got long arms, but looking pretty good. I'm ready to jump on a motorcycle. I'm ready to take it to the limits. maybe you as well later. We'll see. But quite the Halloween episode. We'll make it a yearly occurrence. We'll see what we dress as next year. Angie, is there going to be any topping it next year? What do you think?
I don't know.
Any front runners? I guess once again, leave it in the comments or send Angie an email. What should she be next year? What could she pull off? Who do you look like? What could you try to be? I don't know. And I got some ideas for me, but we'll see what ends up happening. But quite the fun Halloween here. But we're not done. We got a few final thoughts, Angie. Nobody sent any questions in this week, though. The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com or comments down below. So no Halloween questions, nothing like that. But if you want to be the question of the week and you want to have something, put it in the comments. Send it to the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. You, too, can be the question of the week. But I did get a comment, Angie, and I thought I'd let you read this comment here.
God.
You want to read it? It's a short one. You can read it here. Who's this from?
Lunar Warrior 411. How this dude jokes makes this unwatchable. How this dude
Wow.
He should have just lost the S on dude, right?
He says, wow.
How this dude jokes.
How? Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow, this dude's jokes make this unwatchable. But thanks for watching anyways. And that comes from Lunar Warrior 411. So send him all your favorite messages there. But he doesn't care for my jokes. And there's a lot of people that don't care for my jokes. And there's some people that continuously comment that they don't care for my jokes in like tons of videos, which shout out to them. They're still watching even though they don't like the jokes there. But it's an acquired...
Do they not get the jokes or what?
Probably over their head, I'm sure. But it's acquired taste is what it is, Angie. And you've got a taste for it. You've got a taste for it for many a decade at this point. 2 decades. Over 2 decades you've acquired that taste. So just hang with me. We're only 5 years into the YouTube channel. So maybe the taste will get there. It'll get in your mouth eventually. So we'll see what happens. But Lunar Warrior, not a fan of the channel, but not everybody is. There's been a lot of troublesome comments lately. There's a lot of people going after me, but it's fun to do. It's fun to do. But guess what, Angie? People talk about the bad comments. There's 10-1 good comments to bad comments. There's a lot of real ones out there that enjoy the podcast, enjoy the channel. At the end of the day, it's just one man's opinion and his wife's occasionally Elvira's opinion on some things. Take it or leave it. It's only our opinion. It doesn't mean it's right. Unless it's yours, of course. So there it is. That is the comment of the week. But Angie, what did we learn today?
Oh, God. I'm so zapped.
You're zapped? You ready to get some food in you?
It's so late in the day. I'm starving.
She's starving. We're past dinner time here. We usually eat like the old people at the nursing home I used to trot around. We usually eat about 4:30. But
all we ate is a little bit of sushi today, too.
I did. Let me tell you, it was raw. It was as raw as it gets, and I'll tell you that much. But yeah, Angie, we'll get you some food. You've earned it here with that outfit. I can't wait till we go to the restaurant wearing this getup. It's going to be amazing. But Angie, what are you feeling like tonight? What are you looking to get inside you?
How about just some pizza? Are you going to actually cook? We were going to cook, but...
Whatever you want. It's Angie's. It's Elvira's life. I'm just living around it. That's for sure. So whatever you want for dinner tonight, Angie, it's on. It's going to be on you because you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it with my card. As your joke is funny. Yeah, I'll pay for it with your card. Perfect. So there it is. But Angie, kudos to you dressing as Elvira. You looked good here. Kudos for you to go in the extra mile.
I even got a
this
little
week.
beauty mark.
Beauty mark. She went all in. The girls were looking good. I don't think we had any slips, did we?
The girls are crying.
Was there any slips?
No, I don't think so.
There was nothing, no poppage out or anything like that. So that's good to see there. So there it is. Another round. It's the Halloween Spectacular, or dare I say Spooktacular.
Oh, God.
Episode 31 for Halloween here. It is the Kyle Peterson Show. We'll be back next week with episode 32 on the March to 100. So there it is. Don't forget to subscribe to the channels. Don't forget to follow the Patreon. Don't forget to follow the podcast. Don't forget to thumbs up, and don't forget to share and all that kind of fun stuff. Always helps the channel's growth. You never know. You never know. So there it is. So Angie, tell everybody goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?